Hello friends, I welcome you all on my YouTube channel Rasayan Setu. So friends, in today's video, we are going to discuss previous year questions of physical spectroscopy and term symbols which was asked in CSIR NET June 2015 exam. Okay, so let's start. Now see, this is your first question and it says the intensity of a light beam decreases by 50% when it passes through a sample of 1 centimeter path length. The percentage of transmission of the light passing through the same sample but of 3 centimeter path length would be, and you have 4 options. Okay, so friends, first of all, in this question we have a sample in a 1 centimeter path length. Okay, and when a light beam passes through this sample, its intensity will decrease by 50%. Now we take same sample in a 3 centimeter tube, and now you must conclude the transmission of light, or what percentage of light beam decreases by after passing in this solution. Okay, this is the explanation of your question, and remember, this question is coming for 2 marks. Understand? So let's do the solution of this question. Now first of all, see, in this question, first of all, we must know the formula between the intensity of light and the path length, or you must find the relation between intensity of light and path length. Okay, so for this we have a formula, and what formula we have, that is, see, the formula says that is minus log of t will be equal to epsilon into c into L. Okay, here the t is the intensity of light which will be find in the question. Okay, or the percentage of transmission of light, t. Okay, the epsilon is molar absorptivity. We can write here epsilon is molar absorptivity. Okay, c is the concentration of that solution, and according to our question, these two terms will be constant. Why? Because when you carefully observe the question, it says that same sample. So same sample means the concentration will be same and the molar absorptivity will be same. What quantity will change? The change is in the L, that is path length, which is a 1 centimeter in your first solution and 3 centimeter in your next solution, which is under observation. Okay, now first of all, we have T1. Okay, so this formula can be converted for both of the solution, that is minus log T1 will be equals to epsilon into C into L1. Understand? Okay, and minus log T2 is equals to epsilon into C into L2. Okay, this is the whole formula. Now we have T1, that is 50%. So this is in percent. So percent means 50 by 100%. Understand? So the T1 will be we can convert percent into integer. Okay, so when we convert the percentage into any integer, it will be divided by 100. So now from these two formulas, what will relation we conclude? What the relation we conclude, that is the epsilon and c are constant quantities. So we have a formula, that is log T2 by log T1 will be equals to L2 by L1. Why? Because here you clearly see that this T2 will be directly proportional to L2, and this minus will be cancelled out by this minus. Okay, so this relation will be obtained by these two equations. Okay, so now from this relation we conclude that the log T2 will be equal to log T1 into L2 by L1. Now we must find the value of T2, and we have a value of T1, L2 and L1. So place all the values in this equation, that is equation number first. So place all the values, that is T1, L2 and L1 in equation 1, and we will get the value of T2. Understand? Okay, so from the equation number 2, the log T2 will be log the value of T1. Here you can write the value of T1 is in integer form, not in percentage form. So in integer form it will be 50 by 100. into the value of L2 is 3 centimeter and the value of L1 is 1 centimeter. Okay, now solve this equation. This is 1 by 2. This will become log 1 by 2. So log T2 will become log 1 by 2 into 3. Now we can write log 1 by 2 in the form of log 1 minus log 2. Understand? Into 3. Okay. Now this log 1 minus log 2 will become minus log 1. Okay. So log T2 is equals to minus log 1 multiplied by 3. And you know very well that the value of log 1 is 0.3010. It is very commonly used in your physical chemistry. Okay, the value of log 1 is 0.3010. So here the calculation is 3 multiplied by minus 0.3010 because it will be minus log 1. Okay, so finally when you convert log T2 into simple integer form, it will be equals to T2 is equals to 10 to the power minus 3 into 0.3010. Okay, this is a conversion of log into simple integer. It is very well known. Okay, so it will become 10 to the power minus 0.9030. 0.9030. 3 multiplied by 0.3010 will become minus 0.9030. So the value of T2 will become 1 by 10 to the power 0.9030. Okay, this will become 0.10 to the power 0.9030, and this 10 to the power 0.9030 will be equals to 7.99. Understood? Which will be nearly equals to 1 by 8. So the value of T2 is 1 by 8. So the value of T2 is 1 by 8, or you can see that 0.125. But remember friends, in a question we must find the value of T2 in percentage form, and this is in simple integer form. So when you convert simple integer into percentage, it will be simply multiply by 100. Okay, when you convert percentage into simple integer, it will be simply divided by 100, and when you convert simple integer into percentage, it will be multiplied by 100. So here T2 is multiplied by 100. So when you multiply it by 100, it will convert into percentage form. So the percentage of T2 is 12.5%, which is your option number 4 according to your question. See in the corner friends, simple questions. Okay, so option number 4 is the correct answer of this question. Understand? See once again the complete solution of this question. I hope you understand very well. Okay, so this is the solution of your first question. Now we move towards our next question, and see it says the electric dipole allowed transition among the following is, and we have 4 options. Okay, so out of these 4 options we must find the allowed transition, and this question is coming for 2 marks. Okay, so let's do the solution of this question. So friends, in term symbols we have a general formula, general allowed transition rules. Okay, which we use for finding that given transition is allowed or not. So what is the formula? So for allowed transition, so what is the selection rules? So for allowed transition we have following selection rule. Basically we use 2 selection rule. That is, for allowed transition the delta S or difference in spin multiplicity will be 0, and the difference in between azimuthal quantum number, that is L, will not be greater than 1. Okay, so the difference in between spin multiplicity of the 2 transitions will be 0, and the difference in between azimuthal quantum number will be not greater than 1, that is plus minus 1. Okay, so you can check these two selection rules in your following options. Those options which follow these 2 selection rules are allowed transition. Understand? Okay, so according to this transition rule, your your option number second, that is 3S to 3P. Now friends, in this transition you can see that here the multiplicity is 3, and here also the multiplicity is 3, so delta S will become 0. So first selection rule followed. Okay, now check second selection rule, that is delta s is equals to delta l is equals to plus minus 1. So for s we have l is equals to 0, and for p we have l is equals to 1. Okay, so the difference between s to p transition, the difference is delta l is equals to plus 1. Okay, which is also allowed, okay. So this transition will be allowed out of your 4 transitions. So this is your option number second. Understand, your option number second is the correct answer of this question. Okay, so let's do the next question. And see, it says the lowest energy state of an atom with electronic configuration ns1 and p1 has the term symbol, and we have 4 options. Okay, so friends, we must find the correct term symbol for the given electronic configuration, that is ns1 and np1, and this question is coming for 2 marks. So let's do the solution of this question. Now see, first of all we have electronic configuration, that is ns1 and p1. Okay, so the general expression for term symbol is, we know the general expression is 2s plus 1 lj. This is a general expression. Okay, so first of all we must find the value of 2s plus 1, and for 2s plus 1, first of all we must find the spin multiplicity. Here you see that given electronic configuration we have 2 unpaired electrons, that is ns1 and np1. So add the spin multiplicity of both these electrons, that is plus half and plus half. Yeah. So when we add the spin multiplicity of these 2 unpaired electrons, it will become 1. So the value of s is 1. So the value of 2s plus 1, so 2 into 1 plus 1, that is 2 plus 1 is 3. So the value of 2s plus 1 is 3. Now you must find the value of L. So L is the sum of the azimuthal quantum numbers of both electrons or given unpaired electrons, or unpaired electrons present in your electronic configuration. So here we have 2 unpaired electrons. See, the first unpaired electron present in s orbital, and the value of L for s orbital is 0, and the value of L for p orbital, because next electron present in your p orbital, that is 1. So the value of L is 1. Okay, and for, friends, that the value of L for 1 is for p term symbol. Okay, so because the value of 0 for s, the value of 1 is for p, 2 for d, and 3 for f. So here the value of L is 1, so it will be for p. So we have the term symbol, that is 2s plus 1. So the value of 2s plus 1 L will become 3p. Now you must find the value of j. So friends, for finding the j value, we have 2 conditions, and this condition, it depends on the fulfillness of orbitals. And what condition says? The condition says that if orbital is less than half filled, then the value of j will become L minus s. If orbital is less than half filled, then the value of j will become L minus L, and if orbital is greater than half filled, then the value of j will become L plus s. And here you clearly see that the electronic configuration is np1. The p orbital will be less than half filled. So here we use the condition, that is j is equals to L minus s. We can write here that for j value, for finding the j value, if orbital is less than half filled, then j will be L minus s. If orbital is greater than half filled, then the value of j is L plus s. Okay, so here we use j is equals to L minus s. So here the value of L is 1 minus, and the value of s is 1. The value of s is 1 and the value of L is 1. So the value of j will become 0 for this electronic configuration. So ultimately we have term symbol for this ns1 and p1 electronic configuration is 3p0, because the value of j is 0, 2s plus 1 is 3, and the value of L and the symbol of L is p from this. Okay, So this term symbol obtained for this electronic configuration, and this is your option number 4. Understand? Okay, this is your option number 4 according to your question. Okay, and this question is coming for 2 marks. I hope you understand it. Now friends, let's move towards our next question, and see, it says the symmetric rotor among the following is, and we have 4 options. So friends, out of these 4 options you must find that what molecule is a symmetric rotor, or you can see that you must find that what molecule is a symmetric top molecule out of these 4 options. Okay, and this question is coming for 4 marks. So let's do the solution of this question. Question number 4. Now friends, in rotational spectroscopy, the general formula for finding the general relationship for finding that the molecule will be symmetric top or spherical top is known as C. In rotational spectroscopy, symmetric top has IA not is equals to IB, but IB is equals to IC. Here you clearly say that IA not be equals to 0. This is the condition for symmetric top molecule. And when you conclude for spherical top molecule, the IA is equals to IB and IB is equals to IC. Okay, all 3 moment of inertia along the x, y and z axis will be equal in spherical top molecule, but in symmetric top molecule one moment of inertia across one axis will not be equals to rest of 2 moment of inertia along the rest of 2 axis. Okay, so this is the condition of spherical top and symmetric top molecules. But when you solve it according to the group theory concept, so what is the group theory concept for finding the symmetric top or spherical top? That so it says that when a molecule with one Cn or Sn, okay, with n is greater than 3, then it will be considered as symmetric top molecule. This is a group theory concept. Okay, and so according to group theory, a molecule with 1 Cn, that is axis of symmetry, okay, 1 Cn or Sn, that is improper axis of symmetry. The Cn is called axis of symmetry, axis of rotation. Oh, okay, and this Sn is improper axis of symmetry. Understand? And here condition is with n is greater than or equal to 3. N is greater than or equal to 3. When n is equal to 3 or greater than 3 and molecule has Cn, that is axis of symmetry or improper axis of rotation Sn, then it will be considered as symmetric top molecule. So is a symmetric top molecule. This is a group theory concept, okay, and this is a general concept on the basis of moment of inertia. So these 2 concepts are used in your rotational spectroscopy for finding that what molecule is, that is it either it will be symmetric top or it is a spherical top. Okay, so you can apply these rules on your given options. So when you apply when you solve this question according to your group theory concept, so according to our group theory concept, we have 3 options that we will choose. That is option number first, second, and fourth. Okay. In option number first, we have also a C3 axis of rotation in a CH4 molecule. In CH3Cl, we also C3 axis of rotation along carbon chlorine bond. In CH4, one of the carbon hydrogen bond shows C3 axis of rotation, And in CCl4 we also have C3 axis of rotation along CCl bond. Okay, so we have three options. But when you see option number first and 4, that is CH4 and CCl4, in CH4 and CCl4 both have C3 axis of rotation, so it will obey the rule according to your group theory concept, that according to group theory they will be a symmetric top molecule. But when you solve on the basis of your moment of inertia, the condition in both these molecules that they has IA is equals to IB is equals to IC. So after so as you see that it they has C3 axis of rotation, but also the on the basis of moment of inertia the relation is IA is equals to IB is equals to IC, which is a relationship for spherical top molecule. So so it is a so they are spherical top molecule, that is CH4 and CCl4. But when you clearly see in CH3Cl, it has C3 axis of rotation, as well as it obey the condition according to your moment of inertia, that is in this molecule IA not is equals to IB, but IB is equals to IC. So it follows both condition, that is CH3Cl. So out of your four options, the CH3Cl molecule is a symmetric rotor or symmetric top molecule, that is your option number second. Understand? Okay, see once again the solution of this question. It is a very simple question, friends. I hope you understand it. This can be solved by your group theory also. Okay, let's move towards our next question. And see, it says the nuclear G factors of 1H and 14 and are 5.6 and 0.40 respectively. If the magnetic field in an NMR spectrometer is set such that the proton resonates it at 700 megahertz, the 14 and nucleus would resonate at, and we have four options. Okay, so friends, in question we have nuclear G factors of 1H and 14, and we have a resonating frequencies related to your proton. So you must find the resonating frequency of 14 and nucleus out of these four options, and this question is coming for 4 marks. Okay, so let's do the solution of this question. Now first of all, we must find the relationship between the nuclear G factor and the resonating frequency. So for this we have a clear formula, that is omega, which is your resonating frequency is equals to gamma B naught, and this gamma will be equal to E by 2m into G. Here E is the charge of electron, m is mass, and G is the nuclear G factor. So E and m are constant quantities. So ultimately we have a relation, that is omega is equals to E upon 2m G B naught. Okay, so for from this equation what we get that omega is directly proportional to G. So omega is your resonating frequency and G is your nuclear G factor. So it means from this relation we can say that your resonating frequency is directly proportional to your nuclear G factor. So from this relation we get, that is when we have two values of omega and G, so this can be written in given equation, that is omega 1 upon omega 2 will be equal to G1 upon G2. Understand? So for in a question, so according to our question we have a value of G1, that is 0.4 for 1H NMR. Okay, and we have value of G2, that is for 14 and that is 5.6. We have a value of omega 2, that is 700 megahertz. Okay, so you must find the value of omega 1. Understand? Okay, so we have a value that is g1. G1 is 5.6 divided by 0.4 is equals to, we have a value of omega 1 that is 700 megahertz, and we must find the value of omega 2. So the value of omega 2 will be equal to 700 into 0.4 divided by 5.6. Okay, so here we cancel out by 0.4 into 5.6, that is 1.4, 14 times. This 5.6 will be cancelled out by 0.4 by 14 times. Okay, so 700 by 14 is 50 megahertz. That is 50. So the resonating frequency for 14N is 50 megahertz. Understand? Okay, it is a very simple question and it is coming for 4 marks. Okay, so let's move towards our next question. And see, it says the spectroscopic technique by which the ground state dissociation energies of diatomic molecule can be estimated is, and we have 4 options, that is microwave, IR, UV visible absorption or X-ray spectroscopy. Okay, so friends, it is a very simple and direct question. The answer of this question is your option number 2, that is infrared spectroscopy. Your infrared spectroscopy is used in the ground state dissociation energy of diatomic molecule. Estimation of ground state dissociation energy of diatomic molecule, or infrared spectroscopy used for this estimation. Okay, very direct question, and this question is also coming for 4 marks. Understand? Okay, so let's move towards our next question. And see, it says the term symbol for the first excited state of beryllium with the electronic configuration 1s2, 2s1, 3s1 is, and we have 4 options. So we have a excited state electronic configuration of beryllium atom, that is 1s2, 2s1 and 3s1, and we must find the correct term symbol for this electronic configuration out of these 4 options, and this question is also coming for 4 marks. Okay, so let's do the solution of this question. This is a 7 number question. So according to our question, we have a electronic configuration that is 1s2, 2s1 and 3s1. Okay, so according to this electronic configuration, we have 2 electronic configuration in a 2s and 3s orbital. Okay, so the general formula of finding term symbol is 2s plus 1 L into J. So first of all, we must find the value of 2s plus 1. And for 2s plus 1, the value of s, and the value of s is a sum of the spin multiplicity of your total number of unpaired electrons. So here we have total 2 unpaired electrons, so the addition of the spin multiplicity of these 2 electrons are half and half. The spin multiplicity of this unpaired electron is plus half, and the spin multiplicity of this unpaired electron is also plus half. So we can add the spin multiplicity of these 2 electrons, that is half plus half, which is equals to 1. So the value of 2s plus 1 will be 2 into 1 plus 1. So 2 into 1 is 1 plus 1, that is 3. Okay, so the value of 2s plus 1 is 3. Now we must find the value of L. So the value of L, we conclude that it will be sum of the azimuthal quantum numbers of orbitals in which the unpaired electrons present. Okay, and in this electronic configuration, the unpaired electrons are both unpaired electrons are present in s orbital, and the value of azimuthal quantum number of L is 0. The value of 2s is also 0 and 3s is 0, because both are s orbitals, so 0 plus 0. So the value of L is 0, and you know very well, for 0 L, the symbol for L is equals to 0 is s. Okay, so we have a value of 2s plus 1 L is equals to 3s. Now you must find the value of J. Okay, so the value of J will be concluded at mode of L minus S to L plus S mode. So the value of L, so first of all, the value of L will be 0. Okay, 0 minus S, the L minus S, and the value of S is 1. Okay, So this will become 1. The value of j will become 1 because we use mode. So 0 minus 1 will become 1. So ultimately the term symbol for this electronic configuration is 3s1. Understand friends? Okay, and this is your option number first. See in the corner, your option number first is the correct answer for this question. See once again, it is a very simple question again, and this question is also coming for 2 marks, 4 marks. Okay. सो फ्रेंड्स, ये था आपके कुछ क्वेश्चंस जो आपके फिजिकल स्पेक्ट्रोस्कोपी एंड टर्म सिंबल टॉपिक से CSIR नेट जून 2015 में पूछे गए थे। किसी भी तरह की डिफिकल्टी आती है आपको क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करने में तो कमेंट सेक्शन में आके जरूर पूछिए। सो थैंक यू फ्रेंड्स, थैंक यू फॉर वॉचिंग।